Hola, continuous liners. Muy buenos dias. Hi, hi, hi. I'm coming to you live from La Parroquia in San Miguel de Allende. It's not quite 8:30 in the morning. The city is just starting to wake up. Everyone's sweeping, those branches on the pavement, doors opening up, coffee being ground. I'm here at Hortus. It's the newest cafe here right on the Parroquia. That was something that was always missing here. There weren't too many places where well, there's that one, but I guess there's that one, but it always was a little awkward. This one I love because it's coffee. It's open at 8 a.m. That's the trick, right? Because a lot of them, these other places don't open till 9 or 10, and the coffee magic is over by then. So yeah, this is an 8 a.m. joint, and they're doing their own breads and pastries and all that, and they look delicious. But I've had my Brussels sprouts, and now I'm having my coffee. I'm doing the glucose goddess, and it's really making a nice difference. So yeah, I have Brussels sprouts in the morning, and then I can go have my coffee. So I've spent the weekend out at the Cañada de la Virgen, the organic cattle ranch that I've worked at for years past, and they asked me back, and I'm back doing some marketing support, so I was learning about all their cool new there's two dogs looking at me. I don't care if people are looking at me, but there's two dogs looking at me. Hi. And they'll make me more nervous than people when dogs are looking at me, so I'm just going to turn myself a little bit so I don't make eye contact with the guy. So what was I saying? Yeah, I got back late last night, and so I'm here to do some line warm-ups with you all. I'm here in San Miguel. I'm here for another 2 days. I have a in-person workshop here in San Miguel de Allende mañana martes a las 10 de la mañana hasta la 1. And it's continuous line, and I'm going to show the people who don't know about it. Well, I'm going to show them all about it, right? So here I have my my continuous line sketchbook, right? Warm-up book, right? Which I'm actually going to go over to my papeleria and have another one made because I am almost at the end of this. Well, I have about another week's worth, más o menos. But, I like to plan ahead for these things. So I'm just going to dip the view down just a little bit so you can see that I'm doing my line warm-ups, and I welcome you to join me. Grab your Bic pen, because that's all you need, and some El Cheapo copy paper, because that's all you need, right? Like, this is not the time to use the good paper, or the good pen, the good ink. I mean, you can, but, if you're... If you're a practical witch, you want to just not use the expensive stuff right now. I think of myself as a practical witch. And I'm just going to start making some lines here because that's what I do already. I can just feel my brain just grooved right into it, slipped right in. Well, you know what though? Honestly, I need a sip of coffee because it's delicious and I need it. I don't need it, like I'm going to die without it, but gosh, it's delicious. What am I saying? Yeah, very good to be here this Monday morning. Got back late last night. It was raining. Really lovely. It's cool today, so it's not super hot. It was super hot last week. Had some nice rain out on the rancho. I want to make sure you can see the church and its ambiance, because this is the magic of San Miguel. You sit in the jardín and you just people watch and you draw and you drink coffee and you chit chat. It's a bit of a lost art, I think, the sitting and chit chatting and doing nothing, right? I mean, certainly my experience of my time in America, which, admittedly I was a working gal and hustling here and hustling there. But there's no, generally speaking, I remember reading an article. There's no, in the United States of America, there's not a place where people can just go gather. That doesn't cost them money. That's the big thing, right? There's plenty of, Starbucks and lounges and stuff like that. But it usually costs money, right? So the whole art of the Zocalo, the Plaza Principal, the main focal point of a town. And in Mexico, usually it has the church, and then on the other side is the government offices, right? So the ongoing battle between church and state. You know what I'm talking about? So in Mexico, they have like meeting places, right? And here in San Miguel de Allende, it's the Jardín, right? There it is. There's the Jardín. There's not much activity right now because it's still kind of early. Church bells are going. Streets are being swept. Time to get to church. Get your act together. Stop being such a sinner and get to church. But this is the meeting place, right? Like on Sunday evening, historically, how it used to go, you still see a little bit of it here and there, is the girls walk one way around the Jardín and the boys walk the other way, right? So you get to pass by, right? You get to inspect the merchandise. And you see that on a Sunday, not always, because it's modern times here in Mexico as well, just like everywhere else. Everyone's sitting by themselves and looking at their phone, and oh my God, look who's sitting over there. Isn't that funny how these things happen? So anyways, San Miguel has a way of putting in front of you the thing that you don't want to see, and something has just been put in front of me. I'm being vague intentionally. So, yeah. So we're doing the continuous line. You know why? Because it takes the edge off of things. It helps center me. It helps bring me focus. It helps get me clear on the things that are important to me, right? Not always, it's not a magic pill. It's not going to fix everything, but it is a tool. It is a tool like so many other tools to help one get centered, be calm, and be able to think more clearly, right? I know some people look at me like, what is she talking about? Well, it's just like any other meditation tool, right? Like, I'm not offering scientific proof that, like, yeah, this is going to improve your life across the board. But it's a tool. It's a tool to help center, and especially if you enjoy drawing. If you're a drawer, which I am, this helps you it builds skill, because you're building skill of developing line strength. And when you have line strength, you can draw better. Yes, you can. But the one thing you are allowed to stop your continuous line for is if you need something to drink, like right now. Yeah. Not everyone has the patience to do continuous line, nor the ability. Some people have a very hard time focusing on the being able to draw, understanding the magic that it creates, unable to think of it as a tool for this era where things are a bit chaotic. There's a lot of chaos in the world, right? We got to do all that we can to bring the calm. What are you doing to bring the calm? Are you creating problems? Are you a negative Nancy? Are you finding solutions or looking for problems? I'm interested in finding solutions, and for me, continuous line is a solution. Knowing how to draw is a solution. Knowing how to sketch on location. Having a command of my drawing hand. Being a strong artist. Not being a pain in the ass. We all have choices. We have choices how we want to behave in this world. I choose to find solutions through drawing, through making art, through building community. Some people aren't wired that way. Just had the most beautiful weekend out on the farm, hanging with cows, donkeys, puppies. There's 16 Rhodesian Ridgeback puppies out there. So I was mauled by puppies quite a bit over the weekend. Ate some amazing food, did some amazing hikes up in the mountains. Oh, I'm feeling pretty centered. I'm feeling pretty centered and pretty proud of the things that I'm involved with and the projects I'm working on, which includes continuous line. I feel like I'm deep in the ice skating portion of this task. It's I do need a binder clip right now to hold this down because it keeps getting caught on my bracelet here. Yeah, so San Miguel is a magical little town, but it has a way of presenting things that you would rather avoid and putting it right in front of your face. It's weird the way this town works. That which you would rather avoid pops up front and center. The town has always worked that way. Causes you to look at things. Can't say that about Mexico City. Mexico City, hi, good morning. Yeah, Mexico City is much easier to hide and not be seen. San Miguel, everything is right here front and center. So we're back at the continuous line fundamentals today. Super proud and excited to be a part of that group and seeing the progress that folks in that class are making. They're taking taking risks with their drawing, being bold with their colors, bold with their lines. It's very exciting to be a part of, right? I think the way to get through this era is to be a fearless artist, right? Be a fearless artist. Don't make problems. Don't cause chaos. Don't be a jerk. Right? Find your own solution. My solution may not be your solution, right? I need a sip of coffee now. I'm making some serious lines over here. Right here on the Hardin this fine Monday morning. I didn't do much of the line practices out there at the rancho, but I did do some drawing animals, because basically I was working. I was getting caught up on projects, so I was learning about things from the agave fields to the mezcal production to the new manners of feeding and hydrating cows, from feeding them the agave, and how they're building the farms to plant the agave, to restore the forests and forest restoration, and I mean all these like big regenerative projects that are huge undertakings anywhere, let alone here in the middle of Mexico, because there's not a lot of support here for small business people of any flavor, right? Like there's for Mexicans or elsewhere, right? So if you want to do business here in Mexico, if you have an idea, I mean, you really have to like do it pretty much all on your own. I mean, I don't want to speak too much authoritatively here because I don't know what I'm talking about, but it's hard to have a business, to grow a business, to be in business in Mexico. I mean, it's hard anywhere, right? There's all these challenges everywhere you look, but especially farmers, right? Farmers who do use lots of chemicals are rewarded, and farmers who are trying to do things organically and holistically are penalized, right? That's starting to change, but it's kind of how it has been in the past, generation. Rewarding industrialization and penalizing organic, right? So times are changing indeed, but it's still very much an uphill battle. And so I'm quite proud to be a part of this farm and help the family who's involved in all these projects and trying to improve the land, improve the animals, improve the earth, right? That's really what it comes down to. Just like, let's try to leave this place in a little better, I mean, it may be a little too late, but let's try to leave this place in better condition than when we got here, right? Is it too late? I don't know. Kind of seems like it. But we all have to do our part, right? Do your part to we do our part, right? Like and that could be just being an artist, right? Making your art so that you're not a pain in the butt. So it gets the noise out. Get the noise out. So you're a good citizen and a nice person. Don't be angry and don't be bitter. Don't expect others to solve your problems. What am I talking about here? I'm talking about finding your own solutions and how to be in this world, right? Farmers have an uphill battle, but most people, it's much easier to be negative. It's easier to chip away. It's easier to beat down people. My God, you look at Twitter, that's all it is. Twitter is just people beating people down. I mean, all of social media is kind of like that, right? Everyone's just a sort of there's some celebration for sure. Celebrating successes, right? That's what I want to focus on. But by and large, it seems that the name of the game in social media is to, beat thy neighbor. Insult thy neighbor. Sarcasm. Wahoo! Yeah, so I'm getting into the groove of my lines here. I do need a sip of coffee, though, because it's delicious. Supposed to rain again today. Looks like it. Feels like it. So let's see here. We've got the continuous line fundamentals starting at 10 a.m. here. And then tomorrow, my continuous line storytelling here in San Miguel de Allende, right over here at the Starbucks. The Starbucks is right catty corner, and we're going to be doing that in the courtyard, right? And then I'll head on back to Mexico City, where I understand the volcano in Mexico City has erupted, and I heard that flights were canceled yesterday going in and out of Mexico City. It's usually not that active. I've taken off in Mexico City, and I can see the puffs of smoke coming out of the volcano, but I think it's been pretty dormant for a while. So this is, why not a volcano? It's 2023. Things have been calm for 2 minutes. Let's, have a volcano eruption. Excuse me. So I hope I can get back to Mexico City, because then I'm performing my live painting performance on Saturday. Which I'm pretty excited. Actually, I'm pretty nervous about, because I'm not fully ready. I will be. I can get myself ready. But, live performances are always a little, I'm kind of built for it. I'm kind of excited. But, just the prep, getting ready for things. But I want to just make a shout out. Excuse me, a little tickle in my throat. Let me have a little sip of coffee, see if that helps. Hi, Janet. Hi, Amy. Hi, Linda. Hi, good morning, everyone. I hope if you're watching, I hope you've got your line warm-ups here. I hope you, wherever you are, if you're on a plane, if you're in a hotel, if you're at your kitchen table, if you're at your computer, I hope you're doing your lines, right? So what I just wanted to say here real quick is a quick shout out to my lines, because I'm freestyling here. Can you even see that? Let me just tilt that down just a little bit. I'm freestyling it here. I don't have my kickstand down, and I'm just drawing my lines without any support, like resting my hand here. And my lines are really looking good. My hard work is paying off. I have straight, it's not about perfect lines, it's just about strong lines, right? I got strong lines. I have strong lines, and I am doing this out in public, and I don't expect anyone else to do this, but just what I do want to say is, like, when you're out making art in public, whether you're an urban sketcher, you're just like sitting in a cafe drinking and drawing your coffee, don't worry if people are around. Don't worry if like there's a table right there of people, and they're sort of pointed this way, right? And so I have to just tell myself, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And I don't mean that like super callously, but it's like everyone is so caught up in their own drama that no one cares if you're sitting in a cafe drawing. They may be interested, they may be jelly, but they're not like, what a jerk. I mean, sometimes people might be. Especially because I'm not only drawing, but I'm talking to my phone right now as if it's a person. So some people look at that as being a jerk, right? Like I'm a jerk because I'm sitting here talking to my phone because I don't have any human friends. I do have human friends, but in this moment, I am talking to my drawing community, and it looks like I'm just one of those jerks who sits and talks to their phone. And I'm okay with being perceived as that, because really the greater purpose of this is to encourage my community, like no matter what, just draw. No matter what, just draw. Do your thing. Hey, good morning. How you doing? Good. Do your thing, right? Don't give up your. Look at this, my pen. What timing is that, right? There it is. I just had to give it a little lube. Lube it up a little bit, right? So don't worry about what other people think or say or see, right? Like it's none of our business what other people think. It's really none of our business, right? I was honestly being tested because there was a person sitting across from me here that I do not want to see, right? And she was positioned where she was basically looking right at me. So I was trying to build my confidence up to keep drawing, to keep staying engaged with my live stream without crumbling. And I don't know if I don't think I crumbled. I think I stayed right here. But it's one of those tests, right? It's one thing to be in a sea of strangers doing live streams. Like, who cares, right? But in San Miguel, in Mexico City, I know no one, right? So I can just be like, blah, blah, this is my talk show, blah, 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 blah. But here in San Miguel, I know people. And they look at me and like, oh, look at her. Look at that jerk talking to her phone. Well, I don't care because I'm building my empire, my drawing empire, where I encourage others to draw. I love to draw. I'm building my strengthening my eye-hand coordination, right? And honestly, above everything else, this is what is important to me. I mean, of course, I've got to make money to pay rent and not die and stay healthy. That's a lot these days, it seems, right? Like there's a lot going on that we gotta like take care, and then you got to pay your rent or whatever it is. I mean, there's a lot going on these days, and there's a lot of it is an uphill battle. Not always, right? But there is a lot to sort of keep up with these days, right? And so I do my best to keep up with all the things I need to keep up with. The bills, paying my rent, being a good person, not being a jerk. I try not to be a jerk. I suppose it sometimes happens, right? I don't mean it to be a jerk, but anyways, honestly, all that is just fear, right? Usually when someone is a jerk, it's usually just fear. And I'll speak for myself. Sometimes if I've been like terse, it's probably fear, right? It's true, I have a lot of fear these days, just given how much things have changed. My whole workshop business changed here in San Miguel. So, anyways, I do my best to keep my head above the water, right? And you know what helps me keep my head above the water? Drawing with people, drawing with friends. I don't have friends in Mexico City that draw, so I built a community online. I come to San Miguel. I know people that draw here, but my Zoom class is on Wednesday when the sketchers meet, so I'm having a class, and I hope some of the sketchers come. On Tuesday, anyone who's in fundamentals can come to the class for free. Yeah, so look, I think I've just done 4 layers, and I'm going to do another one because I really feel like getting the lead out today. It was a little bit of a test having a person sitting right there who I did not want to be sitting right there. And but I hope I survived. You know what it helped me do? It helped me just lean into my drawing. When feeling a little anxious about something, I just leaned into my drawing, right? Instead of like freaking out and being like, oh God, I gotta leave and I gotta do this and I gotta go here and blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, just lean into your drawing. Lean into the drawing. And you know what? Another thing. I need to remind myself, go easy on myself, but go easy on others, right? Like if there's someone I don't want to see, instead of remembering all the reasons why I don't want to see them, maybe just send them a little love, right? That's like so saintly of me, and believe me, I'm not always so saintly. But in this moment, I'm going to say it like I have to remind myself, right? That's why I draw hearts. That's why I finish with hearts, as a way to remind myself, like, go easy on myself. I'm still just stumbling through life like so many other people, right? Especially these days, right? But so go easy on myself and go easy on others. This person who I, didn't want to see, we had this a difference of opinion last year, right? And so my mind is just easier. Let's just move on. Forget it. Boom. There she is. So I'm just going to go easy on her, right? I'm going to just send her some love. Send her some love, right? Send her some love. Send her. We could all use a little anonymous love being sent to us, right? Hey, I'm kind of liking this. I think I've just done 5 layers of lines. But you know what? I do need a sip of coffee. I need a sip because it's going to be cold, and that's going to be a bummer. I'm telling you. I finally have gotten over having sugar in my coffee. At first that was a little rough, right? Because it just tasted awful. But now it tastes delicious. Coffee, a latte without sugar. I know some coffee snobs would be like, oh, you're still putting milk in it, so it's not really coffee. It is coffee. This is baby steps. This is not my goal to just drink pure coffee. I like my coffee and milk. So I'll probably keep the milk, and I'm trying to let go of sugar. It's a little sad, though, honestly. Yeah, so I think I'm on my 5th layer of lines on this page, and it's super, it looks like mathematics. It looks like sacred geometry, right? And everything is sacred geometry, right? That church is sacred geometry. Even that palm tree is sacred geometry. The patterns on this huipil from Oaxaca, that's sacred geometry. The way these trees are cut here in San Miguel, I think they look like UFOs. And San Miguel, Mexico has a big history of UFOs because I don't know. I think it's the same everywhere, but like the United States hides it. I don't think Mexico hides their UFOs as much as the United States does. Because I've seen a lot of artwork here in Mexico, and it includes a lot of UFOs, and I love it. So, sacred geometry. That's what all of life is, right? Sacred geometry. It's just math. It's just numbers. It's just oh my God, I'm getting really heavy now, right? It's just math and it's just love, right? It's just, that is life, right? It's numbers and love. And therein lies our challenge. How do we balance the two in order to get through life and to have a life that is well lived, where we have loved and lived and done the thing that we came here to do, right? And that's no easy task, right? I think a lot of people, we could say, I'm sure all of us know people who have lived a life that wasn't satisfactory to them, right? I saw my mom. It was like in the last year, she just kicked butt and got the things done she wanted to get done. Very inspiring. Very, 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 very inspiring. Which inspired me to go do the things I wanted to do. And hopefully before I was on making my way towards my deathbed, right? Her apology wasn't even her apology. It was her, I wish I had been nicer to you. She said that. I wish I had been nicer to you. Changed the course of my whole life. I had to go be nice to myself before I die. And you know what being nice to myself means? I have to draw and hopefully not be a jerk to people, right? I don't want to be a jerk. I bet sometimes I am, though. I can be a little abrupt, right? So I'm going to remind myself, go easy on myself, go easy on others, go easy on myself, go easy on others. I'm going to get to my heart in a moment here. Yeah, I'm totally in the zone from making 6 layers of lines. Can you see all that? Look at that. It's mathematics, baby. It's all mathematics. So I'm just going to do a big heart. Big heart. Big heart. Go easy on myself. Go easy on others. Go easy on myself. Go easy on others. Go easy on myself. Go easy on others. We're all just trying to get through this life, right? All just trying to get through this life in a satisfactory way. Do the things we need to do successfully so that we're happy, content, not even happy. I think happiness is overrated. Content. There's a lot to be said for, even like with cows. People are like, oh, are they happy cows? You know, happy cows can get hurt very easily. So you want content cows. Just like anything, like happiness can sometimes mean you jump into a fence and you cut yourself, right? Content means you're like, you've got enough to eat, you know where you're sleeping tonight, you've got some work to do that you love to do, and you've got some friends to hang out with, right? I think that's content. Oh, look at this, my pen is dying, and so perfect timing. Here we go. Finishing big with a heart in San Miguel de Allende. So, thank you everyone for letting me. The thing I love about doing the continuous line thing is it helps me get the noise out of my head. It helps me just kind of unwind maybe the anxieties that were kind of like making me go, ugh, which in turn would make me not feel free to draw because I'm too in my head like, oh, that person doesn't like me, or oh, there's someone I knew 5 years ago. I'm in a town where I know people, right? It's not all bad, I promise you, but by doing the continuous line warm-ups, not only does it strengthen your drawing ability, but it also gets the lead out, right? Beautiful San Miguel de Allende. Hello, Kate. I'm going to be seeing you tomorrow, right over there at the Starbucks. All right, everyone. Do your line warm-ups. I know it's easy to forget, but once you get in the habit of doing them, and you don't need to sign up to my class to do them, although I would love you to, but you don't need to. You could just find encouragement in the continuous line storytelling, where I do my live streams and talk about it, and I tell you about all my woes. Tell you about my woes and my drama llamas. I like to think I don't have too many, but, you know, it's easy to say that when I live in Mexico City where I don't know a lot of people, and then I come to San Miguel, where I've been here for like 20 years, right? So there's people I love and excited to see, and then there's people like, whew, and that's community, right? Peace out, everyone. Have a wonderful Monday. I'll see you fundamentalists. Continuous line fundamentalists. Fundamental, I can't even say that. I'll see you shortly, and see you all. Those of you in San Miguel, I'll see you in Starbucks mañana. Okay, adios. Peace out. Woo!